and this is how to speak Kris. I've noticed, well, I've been noticing for a while now, but over the past few days I've been thinking about it. I have a few words, part of my vocabulary, mostly interjections. I think that I don't think I've ever heard anyone else really say, or I haven't really found evidence of people having said them. Yeah, so here's a primer on some of them. The first one is WTF. If you saw it, it's actually WTF, which you guys know what that means. But I from a while back had been really fascinated by ancient Egypt, and so I bought this book on ancient Egyptian grammar, and so in it, at least the written form, it has no real vowels written out as explicitly as it is in a number of other languages. So you just have a bunch of consonants strung together, and so by that extension I was learning about Coptic, and then at the same time I was doing Arabic by myself some. I still have a long ways to go. I haven't really done much on it lately, but yeah, in any of them you just have these strings of consonants without any real explicit vowels written normally. And I think that now whenever I see just strings of consonants, I just have to put vowels in them just on habit. So when I saw WTF, I thought, WTF. So I say that every now and then. I'm like, WTF. LOL is LOL, and I refuse to say lol because lol sounds kind of stupid. And yeah, I have a friend, Alexander, who his screen name is ATG, and so I named him Atago. And so that's what I call him whenever, or that's how I read it whenever I see it. I'm like Atago, I'm not like ATG. So yeah, we have WTF. The second one is a word, but I kind of use it a little differently than I think its main intention was. I say kihai. Now, in Aikido, like, I know that it's a Japanese martial arts. I know that, like, sometimes, like, in order to build up strength, they go kihai, and so I suppose that it has that intention in mind when I say it, but I say it a little more mellow. I'm like kihai. I'm like, God, give me strength. And I suppose it's kind of like Wonder Woman in Justice League, and I'm remembering it quite well. She always goes, Hera, give me strength. And even one episode, Hawkgirl goes, do you have to say that all the time?
All the time.
And yeah, so there's a kiai. I then have this one phrase, wore, that I say and type quite frequently. It's kind of a cross between English and Japanese. It's like whoa, and then in Japanese you have an interjection, are, which means like, huh? What? Huh? Oh my gosh. And so I just kind of combined the two to form wore. And it means pretty much the same thing. It's just a blending of the two, wo and are. I think this next one, it is pretty much in English lexicon. People say it all the time, but I don't really hear it so much over here, and so I'm pretty much a loner whenever I'm by myself when I say it. It's oi, like oi. In the UK, you'll hear it all the time, like, hey, mind yourself, or hey, listen to me for a sec. So I'm like, oi, or oi. When I find myself often saying that when somebody says something that I want them to kind of mind what they're saying, because it could be offensive to some people. So I'm like, oi. This one is a greeting, I think. Hayo. It's kind of Japanese, but it's kind of not. I've heard it said in English, but I don't really hear many people say it, let alone type it. But it's the way I often address people, and it can be multiple times a day. I'll say it. I'm just like hayo. In Japanese, you have ohayo, which means good morning, and it's literally meaning it's early, isn't it? But I say I drop the o, I guess, and so it's just hayo, but I spell it Hiyo, hayo. The final one is for Kris-sakes. My Twitter friends know about this one, and it's pretty much that it's for Christ's sake, but I kind of just flipped it around some. It's kind of like it's being said quickly, but at the same time taking off the T in Christ and the apostrophe S, dropping the apostrophe and putting the S at the end. So it's for Kris-sakes, and it's not for, it's for like country. I don't know where I came up with it, but just one day it just popped out of my mouth, and then since then I've been saying that every now and then, not quite so frequently because it's kind of blasphemous, I guess, but yeah. And so now you have a primer on how to speak like me. See you later.